We have three types of costs that we're going to be talking about in this unit. First are direct costs, right? We've talked a lot about direct costs, direct labor, direct materials. In this context, direct costs are costs that are directly tied to a profit center. So let's say, for example, we're a department store. And we may have different profit centers, right? We may have jewelry and cosmetics and menswear and women's wear and kids wear and furniture. Each of those are their own profit centers. The direct costs are the costs that we can tie directly to those profit centers, right? So the cost of jewelry, the cost of the cosmetics, the cost of the furniture, the cost of employees who are dedicated to those departments. Those would be direct costs as well. Indirect costs are costs that are shared by all of the profit centers. So they're shared resources. So for example, if we have a department store and we pay rent for the space, that rent is a shared cost amongst all of the profit centers. So what we are going to end up needing to do is figuring out a way to allocate that rent across all of the profit centers. The goal of this exercise when we're done allocating all of our costs is that all of our costs will be in a profit center. And the indirect costs and the service costs will be zeroed out because we don't want costs left in a cost center that doesn't make any money. We want all of the costs allocated to revenue generating profit centers. So our indirect costs, that's going to be things like our rent, our utilities. Those are probably the two most common. Cleaning crews, maintenance, those kinds of things. The third is our service costs. And so these are services that are shared. So perhaps our department store has one HR department, and we have to figure out a way to allocate our costs back to the profit centers. Maybe we have one accounting department, and we allocate those costs, one IT department, and we allocate those costs. So you remember we allocated costs when we did ABC, or activity-based costing? This is going to be very similar. We're going to figure out the best way to determine in which percentage all of our different profit centers share our indirect costs and our service costs, and then we'll go ahead and allocate them.